Okay, here we are on a Friday afternoon in May, crammed to the gills with camping gear and ski gear.
There's more room in this car. There's lots more room.
You can't see the car carrier on the roof that's barely able to close. And we're off to the South Cascades. Wish us luck. All right, here we are in White Salmon. And there's the white salmons in the crosswalk. And there is a giant volcano, Mount Hood, over in Oregon. And here is the restaurant we're going to. Hey, we're here at the South Climb Trailhead, about 5,500 feet above sea level. In the parking lot, you see lots of people here to go up Mount Adams. And as we come around, you can now see the volcano itself above my head. It's 12,200 feet high, so we got about 7,000 feet or so to go up to get to the top. We all have our tent set up. You can see we got our collection of skis here in the car, ready to go early tomorrow morning. And yeah, we're gonna get some rest, get some sleep, and get up early to start up the hill. Okay, we got June and Brian here getting their feet ready, and we have our special guest on this trip, Brian's daughter, Evelyn.
Now you have to pan over to the deer.
Okay, we're gonna come back to you in a minute, but first we'll go over to the deer. Oh dear. Getting dinner at sundown. Oh, there's several deer. Hopefully they're not eating my tent. Okay, but back to Evelyn. So, what's going on? Why are we here?
To climb Mount Adams.
To climb Mount Adams? Is it enough just to climb it, or do we need to do something else?
Ski the Southwest Chutes.
We have to ski the Southwest Chutes, and why? Why are we going to do that?
I mean, they're legendary. You hear all about them.
They're legendary. That is a good reason to ski them. All right, well, let's check in when we're about 7,000 feet up and see how we like the Southwest Chutes. All right. Good night.
Did I nail my
All right, the sun is setting, casting some really nice alpenglow on Mount Adams, and you can actually see the Southwest Chutes. They are the aspect of the mountain that's the most strongly illuminated right now. It's about a 3,000 foot continuous descent. We're really looking forward to it. Well, it's 4:45 and we're walking up the trail. You can see little headlights way up on the mountain. Some people got an early start, but we'll be joining them soon. Okay, here we are, an hour into our day. Here's the proud father and the young lady. How's it going so far, Evelyn?
Good. Hardest part of the day is already done. I got out of my sleeping bag.
Yeah, all right. And there's Mount Hood in the distance. But we are going up. Oh, you can't see the mountain behind the trees, but we'll be up there soon. All right, here's Mark.
Hey.
Mark's making me jealous today because he's got these sweet Black Diamond Cirque skis. Very light, but really nice skis. We're just taking a food break, and you can see up the mountain. So the illuminated part, maybe I can zoom in there. That's the steepest part of our climb today, from Lunch Counter up to Piker's Peak. And then from Piker's Peak, you have to go another 1,000 feet or so up to the summit, and then come back down to get the Southwest Chutes that we've been talking about, right there in the middle. So, yeah. Beautiful morning. We are at about 8,000 feet above sea level. It's about 7:30 a.m.
9 a.m. for lunch counter.
and it's pretty icy. You can see there's lots of sun cups. So it really helps to have pointy things, either ski or boot crampons. Those of us with ski crampons are still skiing. Those without have switched to boots. It's also cool to see how the snow peters out down below, down at like 6,000 feet. And here comes Mark screaming up the hill. Followed by Brian. Okay. I'm gonna collect June and Evelyn and then cruise up the rest of this little hill. We are nearly at 9,000 feet. Ahead you see the steep uphill to Piker's Peak. It's the steepest part of our day. It's a long climb. You can see all the little dots. People stopping and resting on the steep uphill. I'll zoom in so you can see them a little better. People who started much earlier than us. Where we are, this area is called Lunch Counter. And it's a relatively flat area. People have built little shelters out of lava rocks. People camp here. They stop and have lunch, I guess, here. You can see our friends coming up. And then in the distance, there's Mount Hood. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think the bump to the left is Mount Jefferson. And then on the horizon, I can see some small peaks. And I wonder if those are the Three Sisters. Hood is the highest mountain in Oregon. Jefferson, I believe, is the second highest. So yeah, some amazing views on this beautiful clear day. Just beautiful. We're finishing up the Lunch Counter area and headed for the steep climb. We're at about 9,300 feet. There's Mount St. Helens. The top is about 1,000 feet lower than us. Beautiful view. On up. All right, we're in the steeps now, and we're booting up to Piker's Peak. We're getting close to 10,000 feet above sea level. Let's go. So it's just before 11 o'clock. I'm at the top of Piker's Peak, and I think you can see the ant trail of climbers heading up to the summit. So I'm at 11,300 feet. The summit is 12,200, so it's 900 more feet up. This is also the top, let's see, of the Southwest Chute. So the drop off behind me is the cherished downhill. And now as I swing around, you'll see there's a lot of people here. So this is the top of the steep, unrelenting climb. And now here's where people make a decision. Should I go to the top? Should I just ski down? Should I go back down the uphill we just came? Should I ski down the Southwest Chute? So everyone's hanging out, talking, eating, deciding what to do next. So I'm going to wait for the rest of the group to join me, and then probably going to go to the summit. Let's see. Here's the view of the up track with the climbers coming up. Go. Mark and I came up to the summit, 12,200 feet, and now for the first time you can see Rainier and Goat Rocks. You can see northern views. All day we've been seeing southern views, and now we can see the north. That's the reward for coming up here, and now we're going to also get the reward of skiing down and join the downhill. See you on the downhill. All right, the wind was whipping up there on the summit, so we ducked down just like 15 feet below. So here's a good place to get transitions, but just wanted to comment that although this is my third time up to the summit of Adams, this is Mark's first time ever. So he is super stoked, and I'm really happy he was able to come up here today.
It's my highest mountain summit ever.
And his highest mountain
Most
summit
elevation
ever.
gain. Yeah.
Yeah, nice job, and strong all the way. All right, and now we're gonna enjoy this beautiful descent. You can see back down to Piker's Peak where our friends are waiting, so we just need to ski down there and join them. Woohoo! Here is the view, 3,000 feet straight down the Southwest Chutes.
Day for a ski.
All right, June, woohoo! Looking back up the chutes, at this elevation, we have to hang a left and leave the beautiful fall line to start navigating back around the mountain to where we began. So we're now starting our traverse.
We're transitioning back into uphill mode. You can see St. Helens out there in the distance. As we rounded the corner of the Southwest Chutes, and you can see over there the Forest Service Road in the distance. And there's a big bowl here. And you can see ski tracks going down, but don't follow those, because what you really want to do is go up around that circuit right there. That sliver of snow is what you want to be following here.
All right, we've skied down the mountain and now we're down to the dirt. We have a mile and a half to walk to get back to the parking lot. All right, it's 5 p.m. on Saturday. There's Mount Adams looking beautiful. The minivan's all packed up. The crew is ready for the long drive home.